Hey guys, how's it going? I apologize for the 10 million leaf blowers that are blowing right now. They decided to start leaf blowing as soon as I sat down to do this video, of course. So I am aware that that's happening, and I do apologize. I have my mic right in front of me, so hopefully it is tuning it out. Maybe you can't even hear it. I don't know. I sure can. Anyways, yes, full moon, Libra, March 31st, 2018. I feel like this is a very important full moon to understand and prepare for, because I feel like the outcome will be very different depending on how we approach and understand this weekend. So it's a full moon in Libra, and as with any Libran theme, we have themes of relationships with other people coming to our awareness. So this is about relationships. This weekend is about relationships. Doesn't have to be an intimate partnership. If you're single, don't think that you're getting out of this one, because it doesn't have to be that type of relationship. But it is relationships with other people, and these are important, long-lasting relationships within our lives. This can be roommates, this can be family members, really long-standing close friendships, key players in our life. Let's look at it that way. Key players in our life are going to be coming to our awareness this weekend. So, full moon in Libra, directly opposing the sun in Aries. Now, the sun in Aries could not be different from Libra. Aries is about the self, okay? The self, the needs of the self, the desires. You could think of Aries as the ego. It's very concerned with the wants, my wants, okay? Independent of anyone else. The self outside of a relationship. So Aries is really ultimately concerned with freedom, doesn't want to be tied down. It's the do not fence me in. I want to be free. I want to do what I want to do when I want to do it, and I don't want anyone telling me otherwise, okay? So there's those two themes, and the polarization of these two themes happening first. My needs, other people's needs. My experiences, this other person's experience, okay? That in and of itself is not a problem. But the sun and the moon are forming a square to Saturn and Mars in Capricorn. So that is where we have some tension occurring. Aries is concerned with freedom. Capricorn is not. Capricorn is restriction. Capricorn is responsibility. It's duty. You could think of it as the force grabbing you by your wrist as you're trying to run out the door to go play, and pulling you back inside and saying, sorry, you have to work. Here's all these chores and these bills to pay still, and da 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 da. It's like the strict old grandfather that forces you to stay in and write a paper. It's like that kind of disciplinarian authority energy, okay? So it's forming a square to the sun in Aries. So there's some kind of restrictive energy right now forming lines of tension around an aspect of ourselves that really wants to be free. And it's also forming a square to the moon in Libra, which means that these themes are playing out in some way with other people. So what this translates to, essentially, is that there's going to be issues of freedom and restriction coming up within our relationships with key players in our lives. Additionally, the sun in Aries is conjunct, which is astrology speak for next to Mercury in Aries, which is retrograde. So Mercury is communication. So what this translates to for me is that there's going to be the need or desire to speak about this tension. And because Mercury is retrograde, there's the potential for it to be spoken about in a way that we haven't before. Retrograde is rethink, redo, reconsider. So this is where we have an opportunity, I feel, to express ourselves positively, if we put our awareness there, in a way that we haven't before. We can exercise aspects of our communication that we haven't thus far, or we haven't been given the opportunity to. We can think about the way that we're speaking with someone, and we can voice our needs and desires in a way that we've been too afraid to, or haven't felt the courage to do so thus far. Aries is really about standing in a power position and asserting our needs. And because it's opposing Libra, this is going to be asserting our needs to someone else. But we really want to be careful about how we do that. And also reflecting on the themes of freedom versus restriction. And meditating on the different ways that that could be coming up. This could be a friendship or a relationship that has become restrictive because one or both parties is wanting to grow in a certain way, and for whatever reason the relationship isn't supporting that growth. Or these restrictions could be brought upon by ourselves, and I'll tell you what I mean. Consider that one person may be feeling like they need more freedom, but thus far just haven't spoken that to their partner. When in reality, if they would just have that difficult conversation, that might open up the ability for their partner to receive that in a really positive way, and then grant the other person the freedom that they've been wanting. So I don't want to call this video having the difficult conversations, but I feel like I could. I feel like difficult is a trigger word, and I don't want to put that vibe on the weekend. But I do feel like with a square to Mars and Saturn and Capricorn, the relationships are or the conversations rather, are going to have a serious tone to them, a serious, stern, and somewhat stoic tone, while we process the balancing of the needs of the self and the other. There's also aspects to Uranus, which is sudden, revolutionary energy. So I think that we can be aware of that this weekend and welcome, invite, and encourage new lightning bolt aha insights on how to approach these issues. The other thing about Mercury retrograde is that retrogrades can bring in issues from the past. So some of these themes might be something that have been within the subconscious for a long time that we're now being given an opportunity to reevaluate and fix or harmonize once and for all. So I think at the end of the weekend, I think most of us are going to be having some kind of a dialogue with someone else that has the potential to be very, very transformative. And hopefully, if we're all in tune with this and we, give it some thought beforehand, we can go into it slowly with patience and understanding and have a conversation that could really elevate the relationship coming into focus in a really positive way, and for ourselves as well, because of the Aries sun, it's giving us an opportunity to really stand in our power, and emerge from whatever issue comes up having done so, and feeling all the more powerful and strong because of it, as a result of it. So yes, really sending a lot of love to everyone, particularly people that don't know about astrology, because I don't know what I would do without it. I really don't. I think that this full moon is one that you really want to prepare for and meditate on before it comes. Most of you probably can already think of a relationship that might be coming into focus, and maybe just taking the time to reflect before the weekend, writing down what your needs are, and meditating on whether or not you've made them clear up until now, and how to do so. And I'm also sending everybody a lot of love and understanding about just the vibes right now. There's a lot of tension. There's a lot of kind of like irritability. It's almost like being in a vice. The Aries sun, we all really want to just do it already, just like be who we are. But Saturn and Mars and Capricorn are really, there's a lot of work right now. This is like the work grind. And, I know everybody is working really hard. This is like rite of passage time. This is like, the universe is like, do you really want it? Because you got to work for it right now. So, I'm right there with you on that. Anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Wishing you all beautiful dialogues and transformative conversations and moments of growth with the key players, the magical people in your life that really make up our life experiences. So be gentle with them and give them the attention that they deserve, because it will carry us really far. All right, guys, I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you would like to set up a natal chart reading with me, I will put my email down below. All right, guys. Bye.